it is 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines, we have the launch of the official electronic journals EGO. For the international scene, International Court of Justice calls on Israel preventing any possible act of genocide. Welcome to our newsroom. Yesterday evening, the Arta Geophysical Observatory CERD recorded an earthquake of the magnitude of 5.4 on the Richter scale on Thursday, January 25, 2024 at 8 p.m. local times, and the force of Obok and identified that it is as tectonic. The epicenter was located 13.3 kilometers from the town of Obok and 30 kilometers from Djibouti towns at the depth of 8.0 kilometers. Macroseismic intensity in the areas closest to the epicenter is widely felt. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, has inaugurated yesterday the agropastoral hydroponic farm in the Dai Forest. This system of growing plants above ground uses less water and is independent of soil quality and climatic conditions. The agropastoral hydroponic farm covers an area of 7,400 square meters with a drip irrigation system. Varieties of vegetables and fruits grown on the farm include tomato, cucumber, zucchinis, peppers, strawberries, melon, pasteks, and annual productions of this hydroponic farm is estimated at over 118 tons. On his arrival at Dai, the President of the Republic was accompanied by the Prime Minister Abdelkader Kamel Mohammed and welcomed by the Minister Delegate for Decentralization Qasim Haroun Ali, the Prefect of Tajorat Region Mohammed Abbas, and the President and the French Ambassador to Djibouti, Madame Dana Purkarashku, and the representative of the European Union in Djibouti, as well as hundreds of Dai residents who had come in large numbers to welcome the President of the Republic and the delegation attending the inauguration of the hydroponic farm. The Dai hydroponic agropastoral farms will serve as a training center for local farmers and breeders. The President of the Republic then proceeded to the official inaugurations of the farm, which is an innovative, resilient, and profitable solution. The aim is to strengthen the skills of local producers and breeders as well as the local population with a view to teaching them production techniques and technologies.
دمر جوبون لو يعداي وبيتوي عسامو دمر جوبون لو يعداي هولو هولوي جابوتي صومارك تغري صومارك شغلو صومارك يوكي إيو أكدخل إلى حاتدوري.
Next, the President of the Republic visited the various plantations of the hydroponic farm covered by greenhouses covering an area of 240 meters square each and with drip irrigations and a sprinkler system for growing tomato, cucumber, zucchinis, pepper, parsley, broccoli, as well as strawberry, watermelons, melons, and other fruit varieties. This plantation also includes onion, watermelons, and garlic. The farm also features a modern 30 meter square goat barn using contemporary methods to ensure animals' welfare and optimize productivity. The goat houses carefully accommodate 15 goats and 1 billy goat evenly distributed in stalls. The project is financed by the European Union through ADIL project programs to the tune of 55 million euro. The inauguration of the agropastoral hydroponic farms by the President of the Republic represent a crucial step in the promotion of sustainable agriculture and the President's commitment to promoting sustainable and resilient agriculture through modern, environmentally friendly farming practices to ensure a sustainable food future for the country.
دبالاي دبالاي دينكارا دبالاي دبالاي دينكارا هذا هو بالواعي هذا هو بالكيواعي بري مري قلبي مري بقدر قوحي قد مري تي 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 دبالاي دبالاي دينكارا دبالاي دبالاي دينكارا هذا هو بالواعي هذا هو بالكيواعي بري مري قلبي مري بقدر قوحي قد مري تي 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 تي.
At the inauguration of the dye hydroponic farms in the Tajura region, here the initiator and promoter of the project and also president of the Tajura Regional Council, Omar Hussein Omar, welcomed the visit of the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, to inaugurate the dye hydroponic farm project. The realization of this hydroponic project has been a long and challenging process. Some people did not believe that this project would come to fruition, but we did not give up. The President of the Republic did not give up. The President of the Republic had already encouraged me to take part in this project. The President has already encouraged me to promote agriculture to ensure food security for the people of the region. Today, we are proud to have achieved some things, even if there is still a lot of to do in this file. The President's constant encouragement and support has played a big role, and I would like to thank him for coming to Dye to inaugurate the hydroponic farm. Personally, I am convinced and confident that our agropastoral activities will be strengthened in the future. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the Minister of Decentralization for supporting this project. The Minister of Decentralization has been a great encouragement to me since the beginning of the hydroponics project. The President thanked the partners who supported the project, including the European Union, which financed the project, as well as the French embassy and technical expertise, which supported us on the technical side. Finally, the Council President Omar Hussein emphasized that these types of activities will continue in the Tajura region, such as and as you have seen, the President of the Dakhil Council is with us, and similar projects will be carried out in Dakhil as well as in other regions. For his part, the Minister of Decentralization, Qasim Harun Ali, said that the hydroponic agropastoral farm will serve as a training center for local farmers and breeders. The President of the Republic then proceeded to the official inaugurations of the farm, which is an innovative resilient and profitable solution. The aim is to strengthen the skills of local producers and breeders as well as the local population with a view to teaching them production techniques and technologies. In a landmark speech, His Excellency the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, underlined the crucial importance of the harmonious combinations of agriculture and livestock farming, asserting that this synergy requires a high level of expertise and knowledge. The President specifically highlighted the importance of the hydroponic system, pointed out that it requires a substantial investment in terms of work, training, and follow-up to produce effective results. He emphasized that this system represent a powerful means of simultaneously developing agriculture and livestock farming, thereby strengthening the country's food security and actively contributing to the fight against poverty. The head of state concluded his remarks by asserting with the convictions that our country has the potential to successfully optimizing agricultural and livestock production in our nation is pointed the way to a more prosperous and self-sufficient future. Yesterday, in the solemn academic sect of the University of Djibouti, a symposium of the capital importance took place, orchestrated by the General Secretary of the Government in the collaboration with the Ministry of Higher Education and Research. The purpose of the event, the official launch of the electronic journal official apply named the EGO. This initiative, the fruit of a reform initiated in 2023 under the enlightened leadership of His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, is set to revolutionize access to legal and administrative information within the Republic of Djibouti. This major digital shift was made possible thanks to close collaboration between the Secretariat General of the Government, ANSI, the Archives of the Presidency, and seasoned legal experts. The EGO government, by a decree adopted in 2023, marks a significant step forward in the modernization of the Journal Officiel, testifying to the firm commitment to innovation and transparency. The electronic platforms now enables electronic consultation of laws, decrees, order, and administrative acts, and miscellaneous notices covering the period from 1900 to the present day. The colloquium, the highlight of the launch, featured sessions led by the eminent experts in the field. Discussions focused on crucial themes such as the heritage aspects of the Journal Officiel, information gathering, digitizations of the Journal Officiel, dematerializations of the law and its accessibility, as well as a brief review of legal text for the year 2023. The Secretary General of the Government, Al-Mr. Mohammed Abdullahi, said that it promises not only this project promises not only instant dissemination of legal information, but also a significant rapprochement between the administration and citizens, symbolizing a renewed commitment to transparent and efficient governance. The University of Djibouti, a key player in this transformation, is playing an active role in preparing a modern, dynamic society by training the country's future leaders. The Minister of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Nabil Mohammed Ahmed, said that this reform is part of a modernization drive aimed at making the rule of law accessible anytime, anywhere. Students, the key player in these evolutions, are called upon to cultivate their passion for knowledge and actively contribute to building our common future. It should be recalled that the EGO represents a significant step towards modern, transparent governance in the Republic of Djibouti, offering a new dimension to access to legal information in line with the nation's ambitions for progress and excellence. The Minister of Muslim Affairs participated in the inauguration ceremony of the re-elected President of the Puntland in Somalia. A large delegation led by the Minister of Muslim Affairs and Waqf Momin Hassan Barre represented our country at the inauguration ceremony of the elected president of the regional state of Puntland in Somalia, accompanied by Djibouti's ambassador to Somalia, Mr. Mohammed Ibrahim Yusuf, and other senior officials. The minister and his accompanying delegation received a warm and enthusiastic welcomes on their arrival at Garowe International Airport. They were greeted by members of the Puntland government, testifying to the cordial relations between the two brotherly nations. In addition, a large crowd of citizens gathered to welcome the Djiboutian delegation with applause and singing, underlining the deep relationship between Djibouti and Somalia. The delegation was then received in audience by President Sheikh Abdullahi Deni. On this occasion, Minister Momin Hassan Barre offered his congratulations to the re-elected president, wishing him every success in the performance of the duties. The ceremony was graced by the presence of the President of the Federal Republic of Somalia, Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, as well as various prominent personalities, including former head of state, Somali ministers, federal dignitaries, and politician representatives from neighboring countries such as Kenya and Ogaden regions of the Federal Republic of Ethiopia were also present. In his speech at the inauguration ceremony, Momin Hassan Barre emphasized the commitment of Djibouti's President Ismail Omar Guelleh to supporting Somalia, stressing in particular the importance of the peace and reconciliation process sponsored by Djibouti. In the current political context in Somalia, the minister called for peace and reconciliation, reflecting Djibouti's role in promoting dialogue between Somalia and its support for Somalia's federal structure. Given the challenges facing Somalia and the Horn of Africa region, the event provided an opportunity to discuss a range of issues concerning cooperation, security, and the strengthening of peace and stability in the Horn of Africa. The Bandar Jadid Organization for Socio-Economic Development held a midterm meeting for the advocacy on digital policies and projects. This project is financed by the European Union as part of its support for civil society organization. The aim of this meeting is to present the first assessment to the authorities and to the project partners in order to gather their opinions. The formal sessions of this event took place at the headquarters of the NGO Bandar Jadid in the presence of the Secretary General of the NGO, Mr. Salah Sadiq, the representative of the Secretary General of the Ministry of Communication, the Secretary General of the Ministry in charge of Digital Economy and Innovation, Mr. Abdullah Ibrahim Omar, the representative of the European Union, the representative of the World Bank, and the coordinator of the United Nations system, as well as the representative of various national and international institutions and Djiboutian civil society organizations, and almost the member of the NGO Bandar Jadid. The project manager said that the aim of the advocacy on digital policy and project is to provide strategic and operational recommendations to support the activities of civil society organization. The aim will then be to try and convince these actors to support the implementation of the digital services defended in this advocacy. The flagship program, Jeep Talent, produced by RTD in collaboration with the Ministry of Culture, does not miss its unusual meeting every Thursday evening. Yesterday night, Thursday 25th of January 2024, Jeep Talent, as part of the 16 finals, drilled at all TV fans live from the digital studio with the audience participation. As usual, last night, 8 candidates competed for the title of the best vocalists on the 11th evening. After the one-stage performance, 9 candidates auditioned and selected by the jury, chaired by the artists Aidarus and the public vote via SMS. Two of the evening's best voices qualified for the eighth final. Two girls emerged from the pack. Roqia Ahmed Ali from Dakhil regions and Mabrouka Muhammad Abdi from the Djibouti city. The evening was hosted by the artists from the RTD Egypt Talents, constantly inspires and challenges its audience, especially the young people who follow the show live both in Djibouti and around the world. Following the exceptional 11th evening of Egypt Talent, the music scene was marked by truly breathtaking performance by the winners of the 11th evening of the 16th final, Roqia Ahmed Ali from Dakhil and Mabrouka Muhammad Abdi from Djibouti city. Under the aegis of the Secretary of State in charge of sport, the management of Guled Stadium organized in collaboration with the prefecture an awareness-raising workshop dedicated to hygiene and sanitation. The aim of this major event was to inform and raise awareness among Guled Stadium surrounding residents with a massive turnout of community leaders, neighborhood chiefs, and young local leaders. The workshop benefited from the distinguished participation of several personalities, including the managing director of the sport promotion agency, Mohamed Omar, the sub-prefect of the second district, the deputy managing directors of the director of the Guled Stadium, as well as the administrative and financial director, officials from the National Police and Gendarmerie. During the event, sub-prefect Haibe Hared Gadid announced strict measures against those who dump garbage in the streets, stressing the importance of cleanliness. He also informed the population about the daily passage of road maintenance trucks, underlining the authorities' commitment to maintaining a clean and healthy environment. Day 23, this is the second follow-up mission, the aim of which is to measure the progress of planned activities in order to ensure the success and effectiveness of local population development project run by the local CSO. The projects concerned in the Tajora regions are the project support for income generating vegetables and forage gardens for 60 women in Kalaf, led by the association Group of Women Solidarity for Charity, GFSP, presided by Nasra Abbas, and the development for rural activities, economical resilient and based on the preservation of natural resources, projects run by the associations for the promotions of agro-silvopastoralism and inclusive resilience, Paris. Mr. Omar Hussein, President of the Regional Council of Tajora, Mr. Ali Rufa Aden, Permanent Secretary of the INCLD, Flavien Sassé, International Technical Assistance and Coordinator of the IMF project, the local project management team, the head of the concentrated technical services, and representatives of the two project associations took part in the Adaidu. For his part, the President of the Regional Council, Mr. Omar Hussein Omar, said that it provided an opportunity to assess the level of progress made since the project were launched. Field visits to the market garden perimeter enabled the progress made to be visualized and the difficulties and obstacles to be identified. With the 100% of Djibouti-based productions, the Arwe cement plant has become a key industry in recent years. Thanks to its high production intensity, inaugurated in February 2013 by the Djibouti's President Ismail Omar Guelleh. The Arwe cement plant has continued to evolve since then to meet the growing need for cement and every growing needs. Listen for more details.
It all starts here in Buhle at the foot of Mount Ari, located 3 kilometers from the cement plant. This is where most of the raw materials for the production of cement are extracted, cement made in Djibouti. Once the resources have been extracted, they are transported to the site and notably dumped into a primary crusher, which reduces the rocks to a much smaller size. Then a conveyor routes to a secondary crusher, which crushes it even more. But first, we must ensure the quality of the raw materials for optimal production. This is why the Ari cement plant has a state-of-the-art laboratory. In the cement industry, many tests are carried out to determine the characteristics of cement in order to declare the conformity of the product to the quality requirements. These tests must be carried out in environments where particular conditions are observed. During storage, the cement is taken, chemically and physically analyzed, and resistance tests on standardized mortars are carried out in order to guarantee its quality level. Once the conditions are met, the technicians will start production. In fact, the classic conception of the mixture cooked in the ovens of a cement plant is 80% limestone and 20% clay. Both elements are prepared by grinding, fired at very high temperatures. Then the resulting clinker is ground again. Additions to the clinker made it possible to optimize the setting characteristics and mechanical characteristics of the cement. According to Idris Ali, the technical director, the cement plant does not yet have its maximum capacity but already produces almost 550 tons per day. The general capacity of the cement plant is 600 tons per day, but for the moment we are between 500 and 550. We do not achieve maximum production all at once. It takes time. It's as and when we can operate at full capacity. From a quality point of view, I can say that we are at 100% even though we are still only producing at 80% of our capacity. Before we had some technical problems, but we maintained our production and we will reach 100% God willing. With this local production, an increasingly greater need is being met. But with the construction sector booming in the country, the Ari cement plant will have to increase its capacity. On another level, the cement plant has a full-time employment of around 200 individuals, including Mahdi Ilmi from the region. Before I worked everywhere, but since 2013 I've been working in this cement factory. As I am from Ali Sibih, it was a great opportunity for me. Since I started working here since 2013, I have witnessed nothing but progress. I am a transporter. Before, I delivered at PK12, but at the quantity increase, we moved and I currently deliver at PK15. One of the objectives, which was to reduce the price of cement, was achieved. Today, those responsibles have other long-term ambitions. Fully satisfy the local market, of course, but also go further by exporting this product 100 made in Djibouti.
For the international scene, today, Friday, United Nations judge will rule on a request by South Africa to impose emergency measures against Israel, which faces charges before the International Court of Justice of committing crimes of genocide in connection with its military operations in the Gaza Strip. On the 112th day of Israel aggressions against Gaza, the occupying army continued to commit massacre and target civilians through the strip, while 38 officers and soldiers were reportedly wounded in heavy fighting. On the political front, today, Friday, the world awaits the decisions of the judge of the International Court of Justice in the case brought by South Africa against Israel, accusing it of having committed genocide in the Gaza Strip. France pledged on Thursday to respect the forthcoming decisions of the International Court of Justice in the case brought by South Africa against Israel from the crimes of genocide. The Ministry of Health announced a death toll of 25,900 people, mostly women and children and teenagers, in the Gaza Strip. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.